Okay, today we have Post Office by Charles Bukowski. And I wasn't sure if I was gonna like Bukowski. He's seen as like a very vulgar, very like mundane sort of writer, and I'm not saying that to like say anything bad, but like generally that's not what I'm interested in. Generally, I'm interested in something like William Blake or Dante or things that are like that. I do like a lot of different stuff, but really that's what I gravitate to. But I'm reading Post Office, and I had a really fun time, and I don't know how to explain Post Office aside from like it's some of the best observations about the mundane aspect of life, and there's something very real in it. There's something very raw, and Bukowski is perfectly able to capture. He doesn't care about working, but he knows he needs to work, but he does just enough so that he doesn't have to look for a job. It's very funny, and essentially the entire story is Bukowski's. I think the character's name is Henry Chinaski. Henry Chinaski is the name, but essentially the whole entire story is him trying to find ways to get women, booze, and gamble, and it's like it's very funny because he's a very simple man, and all these things happen to him. He really doesn't care that much. He goes through relationships, he goes through divorces, he gets backstabbed by loved ones and all sorts of stuff. But through it all, this man is solely focused on finding the things he likes in life, which are this three simple passions of booze, women, and gambling. And it's just it's a good tale. It's something that you'll get through. I think it took me maybe a day to read this. It's about 200 pages, and it's broken up in the format of certain things happen on each day, and he journals them. It seems to be me to be somewhat autobiographical. That obviously there's parts of this story that aren't real. Um, Definitely the names, definitely all the escapades. There's definitely parts of it that aren't correct, but you could see that Bukowski took a layer of himself and put it into this work, and perhaps that's why it resonates so much, and perhaps it resonated with me so much because I don't know about you, but I've worked mundane jobs that I've absolutely hated every minute of it, and it's very difficult to go to work every day and do the same thing and continually be interested and continually be motivated to do something more. And it's almost like Camus' The Myth of Sisyphus. It's almost that you must find joy in the monotony. You must find joy in the everyday process, the futile effort that never ends. And there's also something funny underlying this story as well. Like there's an episode of Seinfeld where I don't know if it was Kramer or Jerry asks Newman. Newman's the best character in all of Seinfeld. Please argue with me on that. I truly think he's my favorite. But I can't remember the episode, and I don't remember who asked it, but something along the lines of, why do all the post office workers go crazy? And Newman goes, it's because the mail never ends. And there's something there's something in this book as well that kind of points to that, and Bukowski is oftentimes lamenting how no matter how much mail he gives out, there's always more of it, and no matter how much he does his job as good as he can, it's just a futile effort. And there's something so profound in this. There's something so universal in this that you can't help but enjoy this story. You can't help but enjoy the everyday life and the fantastical element of this guy who just goes about his life and doesn't care about anything except for the simple pleasures that he enjoys the most. And yeah, I'm definitely going to read more of Bukowski. I think Ham and Rye is what I have next that I'm gonna pick up. Hopefully that's as good. I'm not sure what it's about, but yeah, I'm just interested to read more of his stuff. I know he wrote a lot of poetry, and I can tell you I'm definitely gonna like his poetry because of his somewhat fool or somewhat comedian aspect of laughing at the mundaneness, laughing at how unserious the serious world is, and there's definitely going to be something in that I find a lot of commonality in. But yeah, very fun thing to read. Had a lot of fun reading it. With that said, I love you guys so much. It's been a few days since I've done a video. It feels weird not making a video every day, but yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys an update on what I read recently. A lot of stuff I'm reading, it's just I'm not gonna bring it to you guys because it's like just like facts. It's just like data. It's like things you can find yourself, and I don't necessarily think it's like interesting to talk about. I don't think it evokes any sort of questions, but just wanted to talk about an author that I read recently that I found myself enjoying more than I thought I would enjoy. And yeah, maybe this is a sign to either pick up Bukowsky or to pick up something that you otherwise would not feel like you would like. And it's there's always something in an author. There's always something that drives people to them. And you know, I've been astounded so many times by finding things that I didn't think I would like to read, and I read them and I found so much heart in them. I found so much soul in them. So that said, I love you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. Peace out. I'll catch you in the next one.